Oh, and so I've got a legit setup now. Look at this. Look at this. Ain't no more boxes. Ain't no more little things sellotaping my phone to it. Boy, we're out here living. What a month. Say it with me, guys. News team assemble. Hello and welcome to the news. I am your host P2, and this monthly series we take a look at everything major that's been happening and give some opinions on it basically. So no more waiting around, let's get straight into it. Tfue, you know the guy, potentially the biggest Twitch streamer currently on the platform. Definitely in terms of Fortnite, it's starting to rival Ninja. Depends on what you think on that, but he has filed a lawsuit against his esports organisation, FaZe. Now, Tfue has come out and said that the contract terms were so horrendous, and included in the file suit also included other damning statements such as FaZe making him live in a house where he was encouraged to drink and gamble underage, and they're also trying to blame FaZe for terms of injuries that he'd been having. The crazy thing about this is that FaZe Banks, the owner and sort of creator of FaZe, was never informed about this, even like on a friendship level, and it was actually Keemstar that made FaZe Banks aware of it. FaZe Banks had then said that out of all the ridiculous claims in his contract, FaZe had never ever taken anything from them, and in fact had only gotten $60,000 from the entirety of Turner being in FaZe Clan. Banks then makes a video addressed to on his YouTube channel a few days later, addressing Tfue, saying that in fact, although the contract is ridiculous, they as an organisation had tried to get Tfue onto a new contract which was immensely better, including up to one that was worth $1 million a year with no extra things. There's nothing that FaZe could take any kind of money from him whatsoever. A few days later, it came out that Tfue's brother actually DM'd Keemstar directly, saying that Tfue actually wanted to start his own organisation. Now, there's a lot of things that are going on both these ways, because in terms of contracts, especially with esports, the ones that Turner had to begin with were kind of bog standard in terms of when you first join an organisation, but ultimately he wanted to get out of it. How do you think that this has been handled? That personally, from my point of view, I think it's been handled very, very poorly. It makes Turner and FaZe kind of look bad unnecessarily, because FaZe then came out giving proof of how they've tried to address this, tried to go down Tfue to sort of get him on a better contract, when it turns out that essentially Tfue does not want a contract in any way. So when he first highlighted it, making out that it was to do with protecting the community and all this kind of stuff, it was actually nothing to do with that whatsoever. It's more of a case of he literally wanted to leave his contract. What do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about Tfue? Did he go about this in a snaky way? What do you think? Like, is it worth throwing shade towards FaZe? But as little as I know about Banks, he's not really one to mince his words, so he comes across to me personally as quite like a legit person. It's quite interesting really, because Nadeshot, another founder of an esports organisation called 100 Thieves, has also been what is going on with esports at the moment? So he sent out a tweet addressing the scenario between FaZe and Tfue, and it kind of looked a little bit shady towards FaZe, and tried to make out kind of thing. Now, FaZe Banks was very quick to address this, and you can see the tweets on your system right now. Now, because Nadeshot is in charge of 100 Thieves, one of their star content creators, Nick Merckx, randomly and abruptly left the organisation with a statement saying that he was leaving indefinitely and immediately. Now, the interesting thing here is that when you're comparing the two things, these stars aren't just allowed to just leave whenever they fancy. So there was something more to this. The rumours behind it was that Nadeshot had promised Nick Merckx 5% of equity of the whole organisation, which at the moment, 100 Thieves is valued at about $90 million. So that 5% would get him about $4.5 million. What actually comes to fruition, apparently, is that he was only given 0.02% equity of the company, hence why Nick Merckx was allowed to leave. Now, there's got to be some element of truth in this, because personally, if somebody was coming out and saying horrendous, things to make me look like really bad, showing all this kind of stuff, surely you'd come out and, say that these allegations are false, that there's some aspect of it you can say that's completely untrue. Nadeshot has not done that, which kind of screams, guilty. But what do you think? This was confirmed by Nick Merckx himself only a couple of days after Courage JD was announced as the third content creator for 100 Thieves. Right. Now, when I say it's been a busy month, it has been a busy month. Oh my goodness. Right, we'll start here. We'll start with Jake Paul. You know, the tit. Now, it's become that he's trying to tackle and end cyberbullying. I mean, come on, Jake Paul. Jake Paul is the one that's doing this. The ego of the Burke is staggering. The amount of shithousery that this nipple has been responsible for. And then he's the one that's like, oh guys, it's gotta stop, okay? It's gotta stop. I mean, come on. Now, to start this, he's had a go at Cody Ko. You know the guy. He has a lot of videos where he talks about things that people are doing are cringy, and he just generally mocks kind of the society, which it is what it is. Sometimes things are just funny, right? Cody Ko gets invited to go on to something called the barber shop, in which he gets his hair cut, but then he also gets kind of interviewed at the same time. Now, at this point, Jake Paul thinks it's a very good idea to go and literally confront him with no real evidence, no real thing whatsoever. If you haven't seen Jake Paul's video yet, I highly recommend you go and watch it, because he makes himself look like such a fucking tit. Completely cringe. So he's backing him, he goes, you bully kids, and Cody's like, what kids? And he goes, you know, the kids. Which, yeah, that's pretty accurate in terms of how it goes. But anyway, now, we can't talk about one Paul brother without addressing the other. Now, Logan Paul, in terms of his standards, have been relatively quiet, but a lot of this thing was that he was gearing up for this Russian slapping competition. Now, the thing that got him on my radar is because this Burke, right, has posted a video on his Twitter. Bear in mind now, he's trying to support Jake in the end cyberbullying, but it's okay to slap people in the face. A video of him slapping, don't get me wrong, a very big guy, right? And the guy's obviously, allowed him to do this. So if you look at the pictures now, you can see that Logan is gearing up to slap him. He slaps him and he knocks this guy clean out, okay? So the guy goes right down onto the floor and he's face down in the dirt. Most normal humans' reaction right now would be to be like, oh my god, are you okay? Oh my god, so sorry. What's Logan Paul's reaction? To flex. What kind of human are you? It literally just infuriates me massively. The double standard of, oh, don't hurt people, don't bully people, slap them in the face. Don't get it. Now, the next thing that massively took over the YouTube scene this month was the Tati Westbrook, James Charles fuck up, basically. Now, could you say, like, beauty guru, I guess? James Charles, he's like 10. I don't even know how old he is, right? So he was at Coachella. He's then on his Instagram stories or whatever it is, promoting like this anxiety tablet, or a tablet that helps you chill out a little bit. Tati Westbrook has seen this, and now they're supposed to be big friends. She's got like her own brands and stuff like this. She sees this and is so heartbroken, so demoralized, so crushed that she makes a 40-minute video exposing James Charles. Now, the reason I've done that is come to fruition here. So, she releases this video. She talks about not only that, but then it's also talking about how he slides into the DMs of straight guys, and that he tries to get them to convert, or whatever that means. And basically, she just makes James Charles to be painted out as a really horrendous human being. there's a trifecta of beauty gurus apparently. So you've got Tati Westbrook, you've got Jeffree Star, and then you've got James Charles. Now, Jeffree Star is just an all-round cunt. I don't think there's any way to sort of, you know, subdivide that whatsoever. He's clearly just a very nasty person. And James Charles, upon hearing this video from Tati Westbrook, releases a very, very shit apology video. It's not scripted or anything like that. And then his YouTube is going into meltdown. He's losing subscribers by the millions, like, so quickly. So he's gone down in history of losing 1 million subscribers in one day, which I'll take him. If you got him spare, I'll take him. Now, later on, James Charles releases a video that explains his entire side of the story, in which he explains why he got those tablets in the first place, and then systematically goes through every single point, identifying what has been said, addressing it, and proving that is not true. And then his subscribers start to climb all the way back up again. It's mental. It's actually mental. 40-minute videos are now a way to sort of diss people and expose people. Why are they always 40 minutes as well? Because then we go on to, I can't believe this, it doesn't end. It literally does not end. We move on to Deji and KSI. They seem to be in every single one of my monthly videos. Now, Deji, out of nowhere, because it seemed like the beef had been settled between the brothers, Deji then releases a 40-minute, there's got to be something in that, a 40-minute video exposing, well, sorry, defending himself against his brother KSI. Now, he's come out and he said that several times, digging up things from videos back in 2012, so over 7 years ago, he's picking up videos from this, of which he's then systematically going through and explaining how KSI has always been a bit of a bully, always used a bit of pain, tried to manipulate people, tried to do all this kind of stuff. It's never meant to be an attack, but that's exactly what his video is. It's a pure attack on KSI. Now, once you've released a 40-minute video, KSI has then not even watched the video at this point, released tweets saying, oh no, I'm losing subscribers, I don't care, blah 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 blah, and then he actually watched the video and then realised it's a little bit more serious than he originally thought it was going to be. Now, there's a lot of thought going into this because we thought that the beef had ended. Deji had been releasing videos on his channel that barely even hit 1 million views. He then releases a video on his brother that pings at 8 million views. There's got to be something in that. And then even before KSI has released his reply to Deji, he's released another video saying that he's gone too far and is threatening legal action if KSI does something, but he doesn't even know what he's done. So, what does that scream? Do you know what I mean? It sounds a little bit manipulative, really, doesn't it? KSI then responds after a few days with an 80-minute video. 80 minutes! How much time do you think we have, KSI? 80 minutes. I watched the whole damn thing. Of course I did. Of course I did. Now, what, again, seems to be the pattern of events happening this month is where somebody tries to expose somebody, they then have another video that shows not to be the case. And really does make it look a little bit foolish and manipulative, especially in the scenario. So KSI goes through every single point. He either apologises for things that were out of line, or he systematically, again, addresses the point, proves that it's not true, or proves some otherwise information, and makes it look like an idiot. It's very, very dodgy. Now, the irritating thing here is that Deji is now being seen as the bad guy once again, and his subs, although he was so close to hitting 10 million subscribers for the first time, are now starting to plummet again. There seems to be a tradition in terms of things like this. So if you've got a 40-minute video to expose someone, make it legit. Now, from my point of view, I'm a big KSI fan, but then usually when I'm watching a video, I tend to get a feeling of how somebody's speaking. When Deji was doing this video, I just didn't get that sense of what he was saying was legit. I didn't buy into what he was talking about. Obviously, it's a very sensitive subject, and of course, there's elements of where you feel like subjugated and, you know, ostracized for a little bit, but at the same time, there's a lot of information in there that he was including to defend himself, even though it is completely irrelevant and in a lot of cases had nothing to do with him at all. So it does come across as quite, you know, strange, and I can understand why KSI then takes it very seriously and addresses it in a very, very serious way. And Deji then releases another video apologising for making all of this public. Are you joking? Deji's the one apologising for making this public, despite him being the one making it public. There's no, like, it's literally staggering. I'm starting to, like, be confused at how he's not getting what he's doing. Madness. Absolute madness. Okay, in terms of other information, Celestia Vega, Celestia, you know, the porn one. She was on YouTube, had a bit of P2'S, and now she's back. Now, thoughts on this one, guys, because fair enough for people to go off and do whatever the kind of things like that, but where do we stand on this? I don't think it's your life, you do what you want to do kind of thing, but at the same time, can you build a career then in a way that you're showing off to be like the sort of girl next door type thing, and then people know about that? Is that a bridge too far? Is that a step too far? Or is that just the way that modern life is going? What do you guys think on this one? I think this is quite an interesting topic. Over to you. Okay, now, speaking of porn, I came across this, I thought it was super, super hilarious. There is a politician from Denmark. Wait a minute, just check my sources. So there's one way to get advertising, right? A Danish politician has placed his campaign ad on one of the world's biggest porn streaming websites. How about that for 200 IQ? Not that I want to talk about politics at a time like that. Right, now let's get on to my news. My news! Guys, I'm so chuffed to be able to tell you that I am an affiliate with TotalCards.net. Now, this is a website in which you can get your playing cards of Pokemon, of Yu-Gi-Oh, of Dragon Ball Z, of Magic the Gathering, of 100 million other things as well. Do you like Pokemon? I mean, who doesn't? Do you like Yu-Gi-Oh? Obviously. Do you like Magic the Gathering? Clearly. Do you like Dragon Ball Z? Excellent. Well, what about Funko Pop, Adventure Time, Legend of Zelda, Power Rangers, Tekken, Star Wars, Final Fantasy, Doctor Who, World of Warcraft, Ultra Pro, and much, much more? Head over to Total Cards for all of your needs. Use code P2 at checkout. Links are in the description. They also do like board games, they also do figurines, all this kind of epic stuff. They also have a point system in which whatever you buy, you earn points, and then the more points that you get, you can then use those points to either reduce the value of how much you're spending, or you can actually like use it to get stuff for free. It gets you a very, very tiny, and I do mean this, a very tiny discount, but it's a discount all the same. And yeah, I'm super, super chuffed about it, so check it out. The links for everything like that will be down in the description. Right, that's enough from me. Let's move on to the American news with the wonderful, one and only, Yemi the Ferret. Take it away!
Oh, Mr. PlayerTwo, please, please let my family go. Oh, you'll never get your family back. If you do the news, maybe I'll think about it. Oh, please, Mr. PlayerTwo, please. I'll do it, I swear. Just do the news, you idiot, and make sure it's good. Please, Mr. Two, Mr. Two, what'd you just say to me? I'm sorry, Mr. P2. Please, Mr. P2, I swear I'll do the best that I possibly can. You better, bitch! And make sure you wear your watermelon shirt! Yes, Mr. P2. Yes, right away, right away! Good evening, everyone. It is me, Yemi the Ferret here, with the American news. Please stand for our national anthem. The snack that smiles back, goldfish. Thank you so much. Hey, what's up? It's me, Yemi. We're here with another rendition of the American news for P2 P News. Whoa! We got a good amount of things to talk about today, so let's just jump right in. Because you know what? I hate Sonic's design. We all know it. We all say it. But guess what? The movie has been pushed back, meaning they possibly are changing the design. It is going to be pushed back until
February 14th, 2020. On Valentine's Day. Aww. Take your sweetheart to Sonic the Movie. Oh, yeah. There's a rumor that the next Call of Duty is going to be called Call of Duty Modern Warfare. That's right. It's going to be a soft reboot. Sources have confirmed that the next Call of Duty is not going to be Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4, but instead Call of Duty Modern Warfare, simply because the original Modern Warfare game was named Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. Stupid, I know, but so is Call of Duty. YouTuber Stevie T, aka Stevie Terraberry, was actually shouted out during a Dragon Force live stream, and when asked if he could play guitar in the band, the guitarist simply said no, but he could play the triangle. Stevie T then made a video of him playing the triangle to Through the Fire and Flames. Alabama and now Missouri have passed the most strict abortion laws in the country. People who are pro-choice have come out in protest of this action since the Roe versus Wade, which it was in 1973, and that ruled that abortion was legal with restrictions. But now in these states, if a doctor performs an abortion, the doctor can get 99 years in prison. So people are praising this and also are criticizing this. What side are you on? I don't want to open this discussion up. This is too far for the P2P news. But hey, whatever. K9 unit tracks down $1.4 million of cocaine during a routine traffic stop. Spike is the name of the dog, and he is the one who tracked down all of this cocaine. This was in Houston, Texas. Police has arrested a 50-year-old man with a first-degree drug felony. And he also has charges for manufacturing and delivering a controlled substance and a second-degree felony charges of unlawful use of criminal instruments. The police give all of the awards to Spike the Canine. Sad news this month as Grumpy Cat, the internet legend, has died. This was May 17th. The owner said that there was a complication with a urinary tract infection. Grumpy Cat went viral in 2012 after photographs of a sour-looking cat went viral, and it was turned into a meme. The owners are just happy that the grumpiest cat in the world could make so many people smile. Trisha Paytas is not doing so well after a rough H3 podcast rebuttal, where she essentially took the words of Ethan Klein out of context and pretty much went above and beyond any type of criticism. Then it comes out that Christina Paytas actually ghosted a fellow YouTuber named Nikki Avocado, who is a mukbang YouTuber. Nikki, back in the day, he was at about 30,000 views about 2 years ago, did a violin cover of a song that Paytas had written. After that, she actually commented on his channel, sent him messages, and asked him to do a collaboration when he was in Hollywood. Nikki, knowing that this was a big opportunity, of course, jumped on the opportunity and flew to Hollywood for a week vacation. During that week, he tried to contact Trisha, and she did not respond at all. She essentially ghosted him. 2 years later, a prank by Nikki Avocado's husband revealed that Trisha thought she did nothing wrong in the scenario, and that sparked him to put all this out on social media. He has all the evidence, he has all the receipts, he has all the text messages, and Trisha still continues to lie about it to this day. She's actually losing subscribers now because of this. Speaking of lost subscribers, hey, it's Pro Jared, everyone's favorite polygamous marriage man. Pro Jared is under a lot of fire recently due to his some allegations of sending nude and illicit photographs to underage fans. He went through a divorce with his wife and went public with it on Twitter, and then essentially blocked his wife. His wife got angry. She posted all this stuff about him, calling him out for cheating on her and blah, blah, blah. Pro Jared then came out saying that they were in a polygamous relationship, which means multiple partners, and that everything was okay until whatever happened. He did not really address the allegations of the nude photos, but his nudes did get leaked online, so if you want to see Pro Jared's... you can. recently, the girl that ProJared was in a relationship with, who wasn't his wife, came out and said that ProJared's wife was a little unstable. But that is still developing. ProJared went from 1 million subscribers to about 800,000. He did hold the place for the most subscribers lost in a day, but James Charles kind of took that. Richard Ashcroft, who is the singer and songwriter of the old 90s band The Verve, who had a hit called Bittersweet Symphony, finally has gotten the rights to the song. Mick Jagger and Keith Richards decided together after what seems like 25 years now. They finally decided to give him the rights to the song after he sampled a violin it was an orchestral cover of the Rolling Stones song called The Last Time. Is finally back in the hands of the Verve, and they are very happy. You know that song. It's a bittersweet symphony. That was the wrong song. And finally today, as you may or may not know, May 23rd was National Turtle Day, and for National Turtle Day, the Canadian Wildlife Federation came out and showed you how to properly move a tortoise off of the road. Tortoises are not speed bumps, people. Alright, you're not supposed to run them over. Tortoises and turtles are becoming more and more endangered, and about 75% of the casualty rate is actually from them getting run over while crossing the street. So they went over different ways to help them get across the street. The biggest turtle ever is a turtle from that was found in 1895, and it lived during the Cretaceous period in North America. And it was actually North America. This was when North America was swallowed by sea. Oh, wow, it's pretty freaking big. If you don't know what it's called, it's the Archelon turtle, and it was the largest sea turtle ever. Also, just a personal reminder from me: your milk jugs, bottle caps, etc. They all have that round piece of plastic that goes around it. So when you take off your milk jug, usually that comes off with, or the cap for your milk jug usually comes off with it. Before you throw it away, take a pair of scissors, cut that baby in half. Sea turtles will actually sometimes try and eat those, and they will get stuck in their throat, and that's no good for anyone. So it's a less of a chance that they will get injured if the seal is broken, pretty much. So National Turtle Day has gone and passed. You can still help, you can still donate, and you can still save a species. Alright, that does it for today's American news. Thank you so much for coming around and watching the P2P News. Remember, I am Yummy the Ferret, podcast extraordinaire, and this has been the American News segment. Mr. Predicto, will P2 ever let me release my family?
Definitely not.
That guy absolutely amazes me every single time. Thank you so much, Yemi the Ferret, for your fantastic report. But let's not halt this P-News train. People have been waiting for this, and I will not hold out any longer. Or will I? Vex Exist, it's over to you for the unbelievable news. Pwah!
Hello and welcome to the Unbelievable News section, where, you've guessed it, we delve into some unbelievable news with puns. My name is Vex, and our first story captured a man licking a doorbell for 3 whole hours in California. Oh snap! Homeowners noted some strange activity on their home security footage, which showed the adult at their doorstep. A situation I couldn't picture myself being in, nor would I want to find myself in. Anyway, not to lose focus, police noted that with the help of the clear camera footage, the man has allegedly been identified, but hopefully they won't frame the wrong guy. I guess we'll find out more information as the story develops. Let's slither into a less creepy story now. One about a dog who only responds to Harry Potter spells. Yeah, I'm serious. This hairy little fellow is called Remus, and his Instagram account is just the most Dumbledore-adorable thing ever. We'll just let it slide that dogs aren't technically allowed as pets at Hogwarts, But if Harry Potter has taught me anything, it's that there's nothing wrong with breaking the wizardry rules, which, of course, is a reoccurring theme in the franchise. And it looks like young Remus is never going to stop until all the spells are learnt. Such a clever pup. Next up, a sea creature that is up there with the most expensive fish purchases in the Tuniverse. This dead bluefin tuna was auctioned off at a record-breaking $3.1 million to a sushi restaurant in Tokyo. Yeah, you better believe it. Kiyoshi Kimura, the owner of the restaurant, is a sole believer of serving quality food, despite admitting that he probably paid a bit too much in this case. Must be some really good sushi for that price though. God, could you imagine spending that much for your business? Moving on to something else. A Welshman couldn't believe his eyes when a cash register rung through £4 billion for a singular pot of eye drops. Should have gone to Specsavers or wait. He did. The 55-year-old from Wrexham said, "I'm just glad I had my eyes tested first," as he spotted the mistake, but admitted that the issue was quickly resolved before a spectacle was made, seeing the light of the situation and joking instead of lashing out. I bet he didn't see that coming. Our last story is a bit of a bizarre one, as a man called Casper claimed to have travelled back in time to collect data from the past in correlation to a flood that would supposedly wipe out LA in 2063. And what a tense conversation that must have been. Comments flooded to this story, with the most deeming him crazy and questioning why he was actually given airtime. But none of that can be changed now, as it's all in the past. And that's all we have time for today. Thank you for listening. I've been your unbelievable news host Vex, and now it's time to go back to you in the studio.
Puns, puns, puns. Oh baby, baby, puns, puns, puns. I love the puns, 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 puns. Sorry, I got a little bit distracted. Right, we're gonna carry on. We're moving now on to the Scythers, and they talk about this month's unimportant news. Over to you.
Thank you once again, P2, and today's stories are for the unimportant news.
New research in jellyfish apocalypse not coming.
That's good?
I didn't know it was coming.
I didn't know it was coming. No. It was coming either. Rain creates wet roads.
So rain's wet. Okay.
Rain is wet.
Yeah.
Rain is wet. I didn't know that either.
Noted.
Noted.
Breaking news. Man is too stupid to use hat.
I think this deserves a face palm. Fire crews called after smoke seen in the sky. Turned out to be a cloud.
No comment.
No comment needed on that one. Deary me.
Health officials. Pools and diarrhea. Not a good mix.
I'm glad we've established that.
Oh yeah.
I think that was like common sense, but I'm glad we've established that.
Yeah.
And our final story of today is safety meeting ends in an accident.
Oh dear.
I don't think they covered all bases in the safety meeting.
Apparently not. It was not a very good safety meeting.
It was not a very good safety meeting whatsoever. But anyway, those are our top stories of today. Thank you very much for listening. And back to you in the studio, P2. Back to you in the studio.
I don't get why people put things on the internet. Like, you don't need to tell people about that. Like, how uneventful in a way is your life where that is something that you need to tell people about? I don't understand it, but when I feel that cold chill, I wonder what the weather's in store. I hope it's over to you, bye all.
Yes, P2, thank you very much. Yes, it looks like it's a nice sunny day today, so we've got any rain at all? Oh, wait. No, apparently it is raining. Oh.
What do you mean? It rains cups all the time. I think that's a brilliant, brilliant new forecast. Right, we're moving straight into the YouTuber spotlight. The P2 Love Guru's gone on holidays. Plus, I can't be asked, guys. I can't be asked. And also, it's because it's unfair, because the same people keep asking me every single time. So if you want the P2 Love Guru back, give me some actual problems, guys. God damn it. Now, let's move over into the YouTuber spotlight. Now, this is for someone that I've been super stoked to actually get involved with everything. He is part of his own channel, but then he has other people that he works with as well. It is Tim-Foolery Gaming! First of all, what an amazing pun name that is. He plays a lot of games like Pokemon, he plays Magica, I think I'm saying that right. A lot of games, a lot of just epic guy, very active on Twitter, really supportive, really awesome, really friendly. Please go and check him out. His links for his YouTube, his Twitter, and his most recent video are in the description below. I'd really appreciate that, even if you take 2 seconds just to click on the video, drop it a like, just so that you can show the guy some love. That would be super appreciated. Right, that is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching this month's episode of P2P News. What do you think about my new setup? It's cool, right? It's cool. No longer do I need to have boxes with sellotape around my phone. If you have enjoyed it, please leave a like, leave a comment in the whatever thing is called below, and until next month, I'll be on time. One time I'll be on time, I promise. I promise, guys. Okay, I'm lying. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time, guys. See you later. Bye!